Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a video on a group of TikTok kids and their TikTok house. So when I build a house, I really want to know who I'm creating it for. If you create the Sims first, it's a lot easier to do the interior design. If you're a builder and you're not just building for some family that you're playing with and you're just building for the fun of it, it really makes it a lot easier. So that's what I did today. I created this house for a group of Sims. They're young adults, but in my brain, they're actually like 18, 19, up to 21, 22. And they are a TikTok collective. Like, have you heard of the Hype House? Well, this is the queer version of the Hype House. The Sims are Della, Lex, Trevor, and Mariana. So in kind of the order that you saw them pop up at the beginning, there's Lex. He's a transgender male who does like makeup tutorials, true crime videos, and streams on Twitch. Then we have my favorite, probably because their identity is really similar to mine, and if I was cool enough, I would dress like her. Della, she is a fashion TikToker. She makes her own jewelry. I put a candle making station in her room so that she can kind of like get that outlet out. But yeah, I think they're really cool. Then after Della, we had Trevor. Trevor does not make TikToks. He kind of runs the business side of things. He's gay, and he wants to be like president of the Sim world one day. So maybe throw him in that politician career. Finally, we have our lesbian of the group. She's a mixologist who does kind of like thirst traps and cocktail recipes on TikTok. And Della's also super cool and kind of exactly my type in women. So I thought that was really fun to make. As for the type of house I went for today, we built a industrial modern type build. This isn't something that I do a whole ton, so I definitely had a reference picture that I was referencing, and I am not super confident about how it went. I do think the outside turned out really well. I really dug what I did in the backyard, so when we get to that, like, definitely check it out. I was really proud of it, but the floor plan was really difficult, and I just didn't have a great time trying to figure out how to make 4 Sims live in this house that was not actually that big. I probably should have put it on a different lot and just made it bigger, but I did put it on those lots that are probably supposed to be for community lots in Newcrest, one of those shorter ones on that lot. So the house is super dark. I used some wood tones. The bedrooms do have a little bit of variations because I do think they all have their own personalities and they'd want their rooms to fit their brands. But overall, the house has very dark tones, lots of black, lots of brick. I used a lot of different pipes, but I also put a lot of different rainbow items in. Like, you can see those balloons right there. I also put some fun party items in the house so that they could have a party. It definitely looks like a group of really young adults have a house together and they're kind of famous so they can have friends over. That's kind of the vibe I was going for. And I do think that the work that I did in this house ended up making it look like that. I also found those little string lights. You can see them there on the wall where the bathroom is going to be by the stairs. You can see them here too. They're rainbow. I didn't know they came in rainbow, so I used those all over the house. So I thought those were really fun. Aside from the fact that I think this build is pretty awesome, pretty rad, pretty cool, I also think that this update to The Sims is really great. I saw some comments on Twitter like, why did you waste your time on doing this instead of, like, I don't know, fixing a bug about how long it takes Sims to eat food? And first of all, I do think it's really important to remember that there are different teams for every different issue in The Sims, and this was just one team. I'm sure that there's a team that is also working on different bugs that we'd like to see get fixed. But even if there isn't, and that this team could have been working on fixing a bug, I do think that it was really important to add pronouns to the game so that it's more customizable, more representative, and more inclusive to all Simmers. I feel like something that most Simmers appreciate about The Sims is how absolutely inclusive it is. From having no sexuality to like no religious barriers, just kind of keeping things legal, is really wonderful. Before gay marriage was legal in the United States, you could have your Sims get married to a person of the same sex. And as a queer teenager myself, growing up, that was something that was super exciting to see and allowed me to explore my identity. Now, as a queer adult who's exploring my pronouns, to have these pronouns added to the game means that I can put my Sim self in with even more realism and I just think that's really special. It also means that the stories that Simmers are going to be able to create for y'all are going to be even more diverse with different storylines instead of the same old, same old. And I really think that's really exciting. I know that Simmers have been playing with transgender Sims that are transitioning for so long, but it's been really hard to encapsulate a non binary or genderqueer Sim into your gameplay. But now that we have these pronouns, Sims like Della get to exist. And I think that now that you guys have seen Della, you have to agree that that's pretty awesome. And don't we all want more Dellas in our gameplay? Now that I've talked a little bit about who these Sims are, why I was building this house, and also why I'm grateful to the Sims team for creating pronouns, I'd love to introduce you guys to myself. If you stumbled across this video, you probably can see that I've never made a different one before. And that's because this is the first Sims video I've ever actually filmed, edited, and published, and I'm really excited to do so. I play Sims a lot in my free time. I've been playing since I was 13. With the money I got for my bat mitzvah, I bought a computer in The Sims 4, and I've been playing ever since. Now, as an adult, I play The Sims in my free time. It's a nice escape after a long day at work, especially when I move to new places, because I do move around a lot for work. And so when I move to a new place and I don't have a lot of real people to hang out with, I get to play The Sims. And aside from playing The Sims in my free time, I also spend a lot of time watching Sims YouTubers. So I kind of understand that these videos exist, but I have never actually sat down and made one myself. I've definitely thought about it, but it takes so much work to make a video on The Sims. You have to find something to capture your game, you have to find something to record your voice, you have to edit it, you have to make it under 15 minutes because you can't just upload a video onto YouTube that's like 30 minutes long when you just started. But yeah, I finally sat down and did it today. Today was my day off from work, so I sat down and created a video, and I thought it was really fun. I love creating stories for my Sims. I always do this thing where I create the Sims first and then I do the build. I love creating the stories. I love building really unique houses and trying different things. I'm actually working on a save file right now. I'd love to try some challenges. And yeah, I'd love to just really get to be a part of this community. And even if no one watches this video, it's an outlet for my creativity and a way for me to feel less lonely. And so I'm really excited to be making videos for you guys and for myself. As you can see, I'm kind of wrapping up the build. I'm doing the backyard, which once again, I'm absolutely obsessed with the backyard. I love the way that this specific one turned out, but backyards are take or leave for me. Either I'm having a great time building them or I just want to move on and do something else. It depends on how I'm feeling about furnishing that day. If I'm really excited about furnishing, I do not want to landscape. I do not want to build a backyard. I just want to furnish. But lately, I've kind of gotten tired of furnishing and I am really excited to do the backyard. The hardest thing about this house was definitely the floor planning. Once I kind of got into the groove of things, I kind of knew how their personalities were going to look in their bedrooms. Except for Lex, I had no idea how his bedroom was going to look. And then when I got there, I was kind of tired of doing it. But everyone else's bedrooms, I'm really proud of. And the freaking floor plan was so hard. Would not do it again. It was a lot of fun though, because I got to try a bunch of new items. So yeah, that's the house. I'm really proud of it. I think it turned out really well. I love the little pops of color. I love the kitchen. That rug was so cool. I just got that pack, so it was really exciting to use it. As you can see, when I was showing you the tour, I didn't put the pipes in the right place. I love Trevor's room. It's neater than all the others. You can tell that he doesn't make videos because he has that desk. He also has access to that amazing backyard that I was talking about. Look at those tiles in the pool. I think it looks so cool. And those windows also look so awesome. They have their bar, they have their chairs. Don't look at the bathrooms. They're fine. Bathrooms are boring. Because the floor plan was so hard, I built this basement, and I love how you have the bar, you have the windows into the pool, a juice pong table. I'm showing you the windows. But yeah, they also have this huge movie screen, some cool chairs, their friends can hang out. They have another flag, a camera so they can film themselves. This is Mariana's room. It's a little bit more masculine, kind of neater. She doesn't need as much stuff like makeup or anything. I love the swords in that room. I don't know why I put them. This is Lex's room, and you can kind of tell it was the last one I did, but I do think that Lex is a little bit innocent with a dark side, and so I think that it suits his personality, especially being on the basement. I wanted to add that little pop of outside for him because I do think he'd like that. Upstairs is the biggest bedroom, and it's Della's. I might be biased. I love all the posters I put on the wall. I love the colors. You can kind of see what her filming setup looks like. They also have all these cool, like, they have their candle making station, they have their makeup, their yoga mat. I just really love how this room turned out. I got to use a little bit of that new, like, Decor to the Max kit, which was a lot of fun. You can see that she can meditate on her balcony. I really thought she'd like that. I also have that like bubble blower situation going on and a dartboard. They have some more like juice upstairs. But yeah, that's the house. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm super proud of the Pride house. I guess this is where I'm supposed to say subscribe to my channel.